Oh, hello. My name is Chris Gibbons. I'm going to be your instructor for the next 7 weeks in Healthcare Economics HCA 515. I know so many of you have been waiting to take this course. It's been on your plan of study, and you're so excited now that you're finally here in the economics course. But I guess all joking aside, I think economics gets a little bit of a bad rap for various reasons. Sometimes it can be a little dry. Sometimes and maybe most of the times, it's sort of hard to see how it relates in the day to day. So hopefully, as we go through this course, we're going to try to pull back some of those higher concepts of economics and bring them into the day to day. So that's the goal here for this course. I think it's very important as a healthcare leader, a healthcare manager, to have that perspective, at least somewhere in the back of your mind as you're making these day-to-day decisions, kind of on the tactical level, that you understand the bigger picture. So that's what we're going to hope to do by the time that we are done in the next 7 weeks. All right, so there's my little intro for the course, a little bit about myself. I've been with the college for about 13 years. Some of you may have had me in undergrad courses as your instructor. I'm the director for the Healthcare Administration program, the HCA. I'm the coordinator for the MHA program, and teaching this economics class this semester. So what I would like to do is to do a little bit of a syllabus walkthrough. I think that's still important even at the graduate level. It reduces any kind of confusion, and to give you, hopefully reduces confusion for the course, and gives you an idea of how the course is going to flow. Now, full disclosure, I am taking over this course from another instructor who was unable to teach for us, but we're going to make some changes in the program. So I'm going to be teaching economics for the next couple of runs of this course. And then we're probably going to tweak some things up a bit as well. But so you're going to notice as you're going in the course, I've kept some of the lectures that Dr. Chapman had in here. They're pretty good, especially good overview for the various readings. But we'll get into that in just a moment. But what I would like to do before we get into our syllabus walkthrough, I highly recommend that if you don't have it printed out, take a moment, pause the video, and print it out. I still think having that physical syllabus with you, and it's always a nice thing to just to have handy. So pause, print, and then come back. All right, so hopefully you're done. You got this thing in hand, you got your syllabus in hand. Let's kind of take a look at it. And I'm not going to go through every detail here, but let's take a look at what we have here. Let me pull up the syllabus. There we go. Okay. So, contact information at the top. As you know, I know that all of you at this point have had some courses here at the MHA level and are getting used to the certain pattern for each one of our courses. We do try to make them somewhat similar so you guys aren't trying to figure out how to find information. So, on here, on the top of the syllabus is my information. The one thing you're going to find with instructors is communication, how best to communicate. For me, it's text message. If you guys want to get a hold of me kind of quickly and you're looking more for a kind of a quick response, I would highly recommend, feel free to be totally comfortable. I have given my phone number out to literally thousands of students over the years. And haven't had to block anybody, so isn't that great? But feel free to text me, okay? It's been great, I think, to get these quick one-off answers or quick answers. If it's a long-form answer, the best thing is probably an email. You can still do that at mymercycollege.edu. And then if we need even longer form, we can always make an appointment to talk and to work those things out. But I think, for those of you that may have had me before, I think the texting works very quick. It's done. We both get an answer. We move on with our lives, and you guys can move on with your assignment. All right, so there's how to get a hold of me. All right, so you got the 3 different methods: texting, email, and eventually we can have a phone call. We can do various things, Skype or Zoom or whatnot if necessary. All right. Let's skip right through all the COVID-19 stuff. As you noticed, we've had these disclosures. They've changed over the past almost 2 years now as far as these disclosures. But I will say this. Let me jump in here real quick. And pardon the light here in the room, it's constantly changing. I have 3 walls with constant windows on here. So let me see if I can bring down my settings here. All right, well, that might help a little bit. Okay. But if anything should happen, if you get sick, whatnot, let me know. We definitely can talk about that. If you have COVID and you're wiped out for a week, I've known just about everybody now has seemed to have had COVID at one form or another. Even if you're triple vaccinated like myself, it just seems almost inevitable at this point. But just let me know if anything should happen. So I guess I'm more than understanding with with an illness or whatnot, or really anything as you're going through this course. If you're in the emergency room with a sick child, maybe they broke their arm or what have you, or you're dealing with maybe a loved one or someone you need to care for who does have COVID, and maybe you need an extension or something on a due date, just let me know. My goal in this class is that we meet the learning objectives, which we'll see just here in a second. But we have a little bit, if we need to flex a little bit on some things to get you through this course, we could definitely do that as long as we get everything done by the end. Okay, well, there's my little piece on the COVID part. Again, hopefully everybody's staying well and safe and doing everything that we need to do for that. Course objectives. You can go ahead and read through those. I won't bore you with all of that, but I think kind of in my preamble in the beginning, we're really trying to look at that bigger picture lens of healthcare economics and then bring it down to the ground level. And hopefully you folks can get something out of that in the day-to-day. All right, we'll skip all of this stuff. It's in every one of our syllabi. Let's get to what we really need to know. Textbook. All right, so all of you should have the textbook. Pardon me one second. All right, so you should all have the textbook. Here we go. All right, I'm back. And again, getting killed with light here. But you want to have the healthcare economics textbook. That is the one that we'll be doing. You notice it's not that thick. Not a lot of reading for that book. We will have supplemental readings as we go through the various modules. So look for those kind of supplemental readings coming through there as well. All right, so we've got that. Hopefully you all have the textbook. If someone does not have the textbook, let me know, and we'll put some PDFs. Actually, I think just in case, I know we have a big group in here. I am going to go ahead. I haven't done that as of this morning, but I'm going to go ahead and put this module's reading in PDF. Look for that uploaded. So if you don't have the textbook, don't worry. I'll have the PDFs for the first 3 chapters in the course. It'll be in the readings and lecture area. Okay, and you can download it. May not be perfect because I'm going to use my scanner, but it's definitely good enough for you to get you through this week. Now, if you are having continued problems in getting your textbook, reach out to me beyond this module. Okay, most folks usually get it. If you go to Amazon, you can get it pretty quickly. All right, that's it with the textbook. I keep on scrolling down. All right, what are we doing in this course? I like a lean approach, non-busy work. Yay! I think, but we're going to have some meatier assignments, so keep that in mind. So even though you may look at, we only have 4 things that are really being graded. Those things can have some parts to them, and some of them are rather hefty. So we're going to have our threaded discussions. You've already had those before, I'm sure, in your courses, where we'll have a topic, you bring it forward, you respond back to 2 peers. That's kind of a standard fare. We're going to have 4 of those in this course. I'm going to lighten up on it a little bit rather than having 1 in every module. I think that's overkill, but we're going to have 4 in the course, each worth 25 points. So you got the threaded discussions. Those threaded discussions, just make sure you're following the format that'll be listed in there with citations necessary and anything else that you might see within those instructions. Follow the instructions for the threaded discussions and you'll be absolutely fine on that. The next item is kind of the biggie. Okay, so I guess if there's one single big assignment, the student-led seminar is the biggest one. And many of you have had the student-led seminar in your previous courses, so you are familiar with that format. I will be assigning your module in, well, by the end of this week, after we figure out who's all in the class. Let the ads, somebody just added this morning. So we're make sure I get my final attendance in this course. Then by random choice, guys, you're going to be given a module. And that is when you are pretty much playing teacher. You're going to lead the seminar discussion through a threaded discussion format in that particular module that you'll be assigned. So stay tuned on that. I know you probably want to figure out what module am I going to get. We're going to do them in, this is a big group in this class. We have over 30 as last time I looked this morning. But so we're going to have to spread that out over module 5, 6, and 7. So, I'm just going to pick randomly, guys, and that's where you're going to, where you're going to get it done. There's pros and cons for going early and pros and cons for going late. So that's what that is. Student-led seminar. For those of you that maybe you hadn't had it, but it's typically in every one of our courses, I'll give you more information on that, especially next week. You have to do a low consequence assignment for your student-led seminar. You have to pick a topic, and that's not too difficult. But stay tuned for more information on student-led seminar next week. The next assignment that we have in here is the progress journal. Super easy. You just got to talk to me. You don't have to do APA. You don't have to do anything. It's a nice way for us to check in, see how you're doing with the course, seeing if there's any things that I need to clarify within the course. These have proven very very helpful going through the courses, and for me, getting the temperature of the class. So it's very often that I'll change things on the fly. And it's usually from the progress journal. So maybe I'll find out something about the course or what have you that, okay, we have to make some adjustments. So I really like those progress journals. We'll have 2 of those in the course. So kind of one pretty soon, and then one kind of towards a little after midpoint in the course. All right, and then lastly, I guess more of the meat and potatoes of the course. As you can see here, 700 points are topic papers. So every week you're going to have a paper to write. So that's, again, the bulk of the course. And quite frankly, that's how graduate courses tend to work. There's multiple choice quizzes and that kind of stuff, midterms, finals. Those are more of undergrad. With the graduate, we really want to see how you are taking that information and applying it and using your own critical thinking skills. So every week, you're going to have a topic paper to write. The big question I know you have is, well, how long does it have to be? Well, hopefully this is going to be manageable for you, but it's probably not something you want to wait to do on a Sunday. Could you do it on a Sunday? Absolutely, you could do it on a Sunday. But it is going to be 6 pages, okay? Before you run for the hills, 1 page is your title page, and then 1 page is your reference page. Easy math. The bulk of it is 4 pages long. So you have to write a 4-page paper, APA format, on topics that I will assign every week. So, and it will tie into that module's content. So there you go. Topic papers every week. Again, many of you have already done long form papers. Well, all of you have done long form papers in your previous classes. So I feel pretty good that you guys are going to do excellent with that. If you have any questions, though, of course, let me know. But that is the bulk of it, those 100-point assignments that you're going to have every week. The student-led seminar is a lot of points, but I would say it's not as... I guess the difficulty with that is more of the, you got to do the facilitation of the discussion and then the summary that you write of the various article that you find. But that isn't too terribly difficult. So hopefully I've made the class lean enough that there's not a lot of busy work in there for you. And hopefully we can, and the work that you do is important to you. So that's, and you can have value from that exercise beyond this course. So that's what we have. Only 4 simple, I shouldn't say simple, but only 4 assignments. keeping things relatively lean, but I guess a little bit more weighty on individual assignments. The only other thing I'd really call your attention to, you can look through all these descriptions in here, but that's not super important, is the course schedule. So it kind of shows a nice flow for the class. Again, I try to make it color-coded this semester. Hopefully it works out for you guys, but you have your discussions, your topic papers, your journals, topic paper, more discussion, more topic paper. You get the gist of it. All right, so that is with the flow of the course. Let's go back into the course real quickly here, and let's take a look at this week. All right, so this week, and I will unlock, right now the modules are locked. If I often get a question, can I work ahead? Absolutely, you can work ahead. I'll be unlocking the modules later on this week, so if you wish to do some assignments ahead of time, maybe a topic paper or whatnot, you're more than able to do that. So, but right now, I'm still doing some touches on some of those other modules. So right now, just focus on Module 1, do your readings and lectures. We're going to have our discussion on the U.S. healthcare market and economics, and then our topic paper. Our topic paper for this week is going to be the impact of the uninsured. So I'm going to give you this larger topic, and then I'll give you some points to hit within that paper. So this week, I want you to make sure, and you've only got 4 pages to do this. You could literally write like books on these 2 topics alone. But so hopefully it's not that hard to find information. But I want you to just discuss the impact of the uninsured or the underinsured on the healthcare system, itself. How does it impact, I guess more of maybe the financial structure, the providing of care, system resources, more of that, aspect from the healthcare system perspective. And then I also want you to pull back and look at the perspective of the individual who's uninsured or underinsured, and what is the impact to them, in entering the healthcare system should they need care. So I really want you to address those two extremes: the individual itself, and then of course the healthcare system, and how that's impacted by the uninsured or the underinsured. All right, so that is that for this week. Again, the instructions here are pretty simple. References, we do need 4 references. You are allowed to use your textbook. So there's 1, and now you need to get 3 more. And when we look at references, you want to make sure they're good quality academic references. Again, many of you are already experienced in using our library resources. It should be pretty low-hanging fruit to find some very relevant information on these 2 topics. All right. Well, I think again I'm struggling with the sunshine in my room. Let's adjust this one more time. There we go. All right. So I think that just about covers it for our little syllabus walkthrough. Again, this week, chapters are short. Chapters 1 through 3 shouldn't be very hard to do. The lectures tend to be summaries of the information provided. I would recommend that you do both. And then look for supplemental reading. This week we don't have one, okay? But some weeks we're going to have some supplemental reading. That's basically a journal article, might be a website. I think I got one website for you guys to review out there. So look for those. But I'll make everything very clear and in the module, so you guys don't have to hunt for it. So there you go. I'm so excited about teaching this course this semester. Nice big group in here, so that's going to be interesting. Actually, probably the largest single class we've ever had, at like 31 students. So the student-led seminar is going to be interesting. with so many individuals, but I think by splitting it up over 3 modules, I think we'll be really good with that. All right, guys, everybody have a fantastic week. Look for weekly update videos from myself. For those of you that have had me in courses before, I like to shoot these little blogs. I promise they won't be 20 minutes. So, but everybody have a fantastic week and welcome to the start of spring semester 2022. All right, thanks, guys.